Okay, so in today's video, we are going to be comparing the Scurvy Rod right here and the Phoenix Rod. Okay, so we're just going to be determining which one's better, and basically this one right here, the Phoenix Rod, costs 40,000, and then the Trident Rod, or sorry, not the Trident Rod, what am I saying? The Scurvy Rod costs 50,000. So the Scurvy Rod is slightly more expensive, but these are both like at the same stage of the game, so it's like you would buy either one or the other. Okay, so the Scurvy Rod though, just right off the bat, the stats are not bad at all, and that's probably because of this little description. It's just saying decent at everything. So the lure speed is 15%. It's not that good, but it's not bad. The luck is 50%, which is pretty good. The control is 0, which is kind of bad for like beginners or just people who just don't know how to catch it that well. But it does come with 15% resilience. So I mean, if you're decent at the game, you should still be able to work with this rod. Like I could use this rod just fine. And then on top of that, it comes with a max kilograms of 2,000, which is not that bad. And that's all you should really need at this stage of the game. But let's go look at the Phoenix Rod stats. Okay, so the Phoenix Rod stats, right off the bat, you can see that it has way more lure speed, 55% versus 15%. So that's going to get you a lot more fish. And at the start, you basically just want more fish, because that's just going to get you more money than getting one big fish. So the luck might not be better. And the luck is only 35%, which is not that bad still, compared to 50%. And then on top of that, it's got 0.05, which I think they did buff it, because I think it was 0.02 before, but it's 0.05, which is really good, especially for like a rod. Like if you're just transferring from like this something like the steady rod, I think, I don't know if I have it on this account, but if you're transferring from something like the steady rod, I think that has 0.05, so you'll be used to it already, 0.05. But with the 0.05, it has minus 10% resilience. So even though it's got bigger control, the fish are going to be harder to catch. But the thing is, I think there's bait that increase resilience, hopefully. Yeah, this does. The peppermint worms increase resilience. Okay, most baits decrease resilience. Actually, for some reason, garbage gives you 50 resilience. I have no idea why, but yeah. So there are some baits that give you resilience. Like, okay, bagels are pretty good. You could just get bagels. An easy, cheap bait to get, and it comes with resilience. So that's what you're going to have to probably use if you use the Phoenix Rod. Okay, but then it also comes with max kilograms of 4,000, which is way better. So you can go fish at like Ancient Isles, which is kind of where you buy this rod from anyways, but you can get fish like bigger fish, because all the fish at Ancient Isles are pretty big. So this so far is looking like the Phoenix Rod is going to be better, because one, it's 10,000 cheaper, which is pretty big for like a newbie, or for a new player. That's a pretty big amount. It comes with more control, slightly less luck, and way more lure speed. So basically, you're just going to be able to make more money with this rod. Bigger fish, slightly easier to catch, more fish, and they come with a 40% chance to be set ablaze, which means they're scorched. So scorched doesn't multiply by that much, but it definitely does something. So yeah, the only thing I think is a downside of this rod is the resilience, because if you like, I'm pretty sure the steady rod has really good resilience. So if you're like going from the steady rod to this, you're not going to be used to the resilience, versus the Scurvy Rod you are, but the Scurvy Rod has 0 control. So I think this rod's going to be the luckier rod really, but you're not going to be able to get, I feel like, get as much money with the Scurvy Rod. It's definitely a good rod, but I just don't feel like it's as good as the Phoenix Rod. Like it might look better than the Phoenix Rod. Like the only cool thing about the Phoenix Rod is like the wings, honestly, but yeah, in looks it's probably better. But in stats, I think it's the Phoenix Rod. You're just going to have to take this. And then if you just get something with resilience like bagels, then I think you're just going to be good. So yeah, I'm just going to fish with these for a bit each. And yeah, I'm just going to show you guys what you can get with these. And we're fishing in the depths. Okay, so with the 0.05 control, you have a 1/3 size bar, basically. I think that's what it is, at least. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have a 1/3 size bar. And yeah, look, I got a scorch thing because it's a 40% chance to get that. But yeah, basically, it's pretty easy to get something scorched. And it's a 1/3 size bar, I think, at least. I don't know, though. And you can catch fish pretty fast with that. And I think, honestly, if you just use like the backslash method, I think you're going to be able to catch a lot of fish with this. Okay, so we officially caught a couple fish with the Phoenix Rod, and I don't know how many we got scorched. We only got one scorched, but it is a 40% chance, so it's less odds of getting it versus not getting it. So yeah, the scorched odds are not super good, but it's better than compared to everything else like this. The 15% chance, what else? No, I don't think the Trident Rod has a chance. Okay, I know like this rod has a chance right here. Wait, where is it? I know the haunted rod though. Where is the haunted rod? Oh, right here. It doesn't say the chance, but yeah, and then this has 10% chance. Okay, so yeah, 40% chance is not like super good still, but it's definitely better than a lot of rods. So I think this rod is probably just gonna be better right off the bat, and the only really downside is probably resilience and then the looks. But like in this point of the game, are you really even caring about looks? Like you should only be caring about money in this point of the game, and if you want looks, just get a big fish or something. Okay, so the scurvy rod though, yeah, I just don't think it's gonna be as good because look, it's 10,000 more, and for a new player that's not gonna be easy to get. And then on top of that, you get less max kilograms, but that just might be because of the island it comes from, so I'm not really gonna make that a big downside. But it has less control, which is gonna be harder for people, and way less lure speed. That's like the big one for me, is the lure speed, because I can do fine with this control, especially since it comes with 15% resilience. I can do fine with this. So you pretty much need to get controlled on this if you can't catch it with zero control. I can, but it's just like, I know most people are gonna have trouble doing this. So the lure speed is 15% though, which is really bad. So I feel like you need to use like rapid catchers with like controlled. So that's like a lot of stuff that becomes like necessary, which I don't think is that good. Like I don't want to have like stuff that I like actually need to have. Like I want to be able to choose what I want to put on the rod. Like the Phoenix rod, I don't really have to necessarily put anything specific on there. I could put something that gives me resilience, sure, but then I could at least choose the enchant I want. Like, I want to be able to choose what I want. But at this rod, you really can't choose what you want to put onto the rod. So I think the Scurvy Rod is going to be worse than the Phoenix Rod. And I guess the only other downside of the Phoenix Rod is that the island is kind of hard to get to. But besides that, I don't really think it is. But the luck of the Scurvy Rod does kind of carry it sometimes. Like, look, we just got a mythical. We didn't get a mythical with the what is it called, with the Phoenix Rod. We got a mutated shark with the Scurvy Rod, and we did not get that with the Phoenix Rod. But in general, you're probably gonna catch not that much worse of fish with the Phoenix Rod, because the luck is only like 15% less versus like the lure speed is like 35% less on this rod versus the Phoenix Rod. So I think your best choice is going to be to go for the Scurvy Rod. Go for the Phoenix Rod. I think that's going to be your best choice to spend your money on. You're going to have to buy a boat to get there, which is going to cost you a little extra. But like, okay, let's say you buy the cheapest boat in the game. It's going to cost you $40,700 to get the Phoenix Rod and some of your time. So let's add more to that because of your time. Let's say $41,700. Let's say that's how much the Phoenix Rod costs because you have to drive there too. Let's say that's how much it costs. That's still way cheaper than the Scurvy Rod. It's really easy to get the Scurvy Rod and get to the island, but it's just, I don't think it's worth it. I think you should just go out there and drive to the Ancient Isles to get that. Like, I don't think the Scurvy Rod's bad in any way, but I just don't think it's as good as the Phoenix Rod. So if you want the better rod, I would say go for the Phoenix Rod. You could do this rod if you want more luck, but I don't really feel like that's going to help you because you can't even catch that big of a fish with this compared to the Phoenix Rod at least. So yeah, if you want the best money making rod, I would say the Phoenix Rod. I guess if you want more luck or just to catch like cooler fish, because like you could catch more mythicals with this, they're just not going to be big. But yeah, I guess if you want to get more mythical fish that are small, I guess you can catch it with this. But I think that's really the only reason why you're going to go for this rod is because like of the luck, because it's really easy to get resilience. So I would say go for the Phoenix Rod for the money. But this can end my video. Subscribe to help the channel. Bye.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.